In the early 1990s, an 8-year-old girl from a small Ukrainian village became famous throughout the former Soviet Union. Oksana Malaya, a feral child raised by dogs, was covered by every media outlet at the time. She could run swiftly on all fours, bark, howl, growl, and even bite. Oksana Malaya was born in 1983 in the village of Nova Blahoveshenka, Kherson Oblast. Despite her parents' lifelong alcohol abuse, the girl showed no visible abnormalities at birth. Specialists claimed that with proper care, upbringing, and education, she could have developed into a fully functional individual. However, Oksana received none of these. Worse still, at the age of 2 or 3, her intoxicated parents simply left her outside. Seeking warmth and protection, the girl crawled into a doghouse in the yard and fell asleep next to a stray dog named Nida. For the next 5 to 6 years, Oksana lived almost entirely with the animal. Any timid attempts to return home were met with a kick from her father. Eventually, she accepted her fate, sharing not only shelter with Nida but also meager scraps of food. Oksana adopted many of the dog's behaviors. She ran on all fours, barked, howled, bit, lapped water from a bowl, and even caught fleas with her teeth. It was in this state that social services found her. The staff at the Odessa boarding school, where the dog girl was sent, were initially shocked. They had never seen anything like it in their careers. Oksana had to be taught everything. Sleeping in a bed instead of on the floor, washing her face, using a toothbrush and towel. She couldn't even hold a spoon. Tableware proved unnecessary. She simply poured soup and compote into her plate and lapped up the mixture. Though Oksana clearly understood human speech, she answered questions only in monosyllables, yes or no. This led experts to believe she had occasional contact with people, possibly locals. Yet it remains unclear why no one raised the alarm or reported the situation to authorities all those years. Until adulthood, Oksana lived in the Odessa boarding school for children with developmental disabilities. Thanks to the staff's efforts, she eventually learned to speak, read, write, count, and acquired basic self-care skills. However, as Oksana herself admitted, she never fully shed her canine instincts. In moments of intense emotional distress, such as when someone upset her, she might bark or bite. Additionally, her mental and intellectual development still lags behind her peers. After graduating, Oksana initially wanted to return to her father, who was willing to take her back. But she changed her mind and settled in a psychoneurological care home in the village of Baraboy, Odessa Oblast. Now 35, she tends to horses and cows. The publicity surrounding her story even brought her a suitor, Fedor from Kazan. The young man visited her several times, but Oksana ultimately rejected him, citing his short stature.